What's up guys, Jarvis here with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting on 10 scary objects found underwater. Everyone wonders there's some crazy stuff underwater, weird stuff. Well, we're about to find out.
Giant metal structure. As I was researching for this video, I found a really cool image of a diver coming across a giant object that looks like it could be a broken exhaust from a spaceship, or maybe even a giant pair of binoculars. The object looks like it's made from metal, which suggests it's man-made. If that is the case, how did it end up in the ocean?
Hey, man-made. That's some alien stuff right there.
Nobody's exactly sure where this image came from.
Some
people say it's a still image from a recent movie called Underwater. Others say it's photoshopped. It might not be real, but it sure looks cool. Also, though, pretty scary. Number 9.
Crazy.
The lost shoes of the Titanic.
That's
the
Jack
Titanic
shoes.
is one of the most famous shipwreck stories of all time. The luxury passenger liner struck an iceberg and sank to the murky depths of the North Atlantic Ocean on April 15, 1912. Less than half the passengers on board were able to be saved from the floundering vessel.
Yeah, there has to be a lot of stuff under there right now
on the ship. This meant that more than 1,500 people went down with the ship, losing their lives in the disaster. While the incident happened over 100 years ago, the dramatic events of that night are still regularly discussed in film and media. The wreck was first rediscovered and explored in the 1980s, and since then there have been several dives down to survey the site. Of course, any shipwreck is haunting, but the most disturbing discovery on the RMS Titanic was hundreds of pairs of leather shoes. At the high pressure conditions
Stacey
underwater,
Adams, you got all kinds of shoes there.
Have all but disappeared, but because of the
lugs
treatment of the leather shoes, they've survived the harsh conditions. The shoes serve as a ghostly reminder of all those who fell that day.
That's crazy.
Number 8. Antikythera mechanism. In 1901, a 2,000-year-old Roman-era shipwreck was found off the Greek island of Antikythera. As the vessel was examined and ancient treasures brought to land, a strange artifact was found that had historians and archaeologists scratching their heads for 75 years. The strange cog-like object was named the Antikythera mechanism, and it was later discovered to be an ancient computer. What? A computer from circa
That's some future stuff right there
BCE?
that we don't even have.
That's kind of insane. Some are even calling it the world's first computer. The device was designed to monitor
probably has Wi-Fi and everything,
solar positions, so that the ancient civilization could anticipate seasons and plan events. Interestingly, it is also suspected that the device was able to tell fortunes. The Antikythera mechanism was so technologically advanced for its time that nothing surpassed it for around 1,500 years. I think that's actually kind of scary. Humans were obviously so intelligent thousands of years ago. Why are we only catching up with them now? Number 7. Cleopatra's Palace. Sunken cities are always scary finds because it's an obvious sign that a place is met with tragedy. Cities are supposed to be on land, not lost to the perils of oceans or lakes. In 1998, a team of marine archaeologists discovered Egyptian Queen Cleopatra's lost palace, thought to be part of the Great Sunken Islands of Antiritis. Located 16 feet underwater, off the coast of modern Alexandria in Egypt, thousands of years of history lay silent and still. Busts of the queen, broken sphinxes, and
I think there was probably another world underwater.
Covered in marine life.
It's just covered up in water now.
The discovery was probably the decapitated giant stone head of Caesarion, son of Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. There are still plenty of lost cities that we think could be hidden in our waters somewhere, like the lost city of Atlantis. Who knows, maybe one day that discovery will be made. And when it is, I'm sure it will be just as spooky. Number 6. The sunken sculptures. Submerged off the coast of Grenada in the Caribbean are several scary statues. The sculptures are curated
Got
underwater
Patrick under
art
there
installations
watching
by
TV.
British sculptor Jason Declares Taylor. The art pieces can be found in the previously barren Molyneux Bay area and now add pressure relief to nearby natural reefs. The sculptures have obviously been purposefully sunk, but they're still super scary and eerie to look at. One of the artworks, Vicissitudes, is a ring of 26 child statues holding hands in a circle facing outwards.
That doesn't even look like a
Creepy
statue.
Like underwater
like a real
kids don't freak
event
you out.
going on right
Maybe
here.
18 concrete heads and a rock face will. There's just something so powerful about still life sculptures sitting motionless underwater as marine life swim by, and it kind of makes me think about how the world might look after all of the humans are gone. Number 5. Underwater Fossil Graveyard. In 2015, an underwater graveyard containing giant lemurs was discovered in a submerged cave off the coast of Madagascar. A few things really jump out here. Underwater caves are pretty terrifying at the best of times, but imagine how scared you'd be to find skeletons in them. Not only that, when the fossils were analyzed on dry land, it was concluded that they were an ancient species
lemurs,
of
man.
giant
It could have been the lemurs from the movie Dinosaur.
Gorillas. That is a lot to process from one diving trip. If you're wondering just how scary it looked down there, here's a clip from the dive.
That's crazy. That's something that we don't know. Barely discovering stuff right now. That's crazy.
4. Lake Michigan monoliths. In 2007, the waters of Lake Michigan in the USA and Canada were scanned, and archaeologists found something that is both interesting and pretty scary. Sunken monoliths dating back at least 10,000 years. Archaeologists describe the discovery as being a lot like Britain's Stonehenge. They aren't just any rocks either. They contain carvings. Shockingly, one of the boulders had the carving of a mastodon on it, an animal distantly related to today's elephants that have been extinct for over 10,000 years.
Dang.
This hints that the monoliths could date way back to the Ice Age, which could be a game changer for what we currently know or thought we knew about human life in North America. Number 3. Bimini Road. Nobody knows what this underwater road leads to, and many people are not sure if we would like the answer if we found out. Bimini Road is an underwater rock formation near North Bimini Islands in the Bahamas. The road is a half-mile long and is a straight line and is made up of limestone blocks. Alongside the road are 2 other smaller linear rock formations. The road was discovered in 1968, and there was a lot of speculation as to where it came from, with archaeologists concluding that it must be man-made. The road has been radiocarbon dated back 3,000 years, which has further added to the mystery of what it may have led to. Some people believe that it once led to the lost city of Atlantis, although most say that it's the wrong side of the world. What do you think this mystery road led to? Number 2. Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2012, it was reported that a UFO in the shape of a Star Wars Millennium
another
Falcon
dimension
was found at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. A professional dive team called Ocean X claimed to have
another dimension,
right? Underwater structure
they don't want to tell us nothing.
285 feet below the surface of the Botnia Gulf.
Dang, you got Darth Vader came to Earth now, huh?
60 feet long and 10 to 13 feet high. Adding to the mystery, according to the Ocean X team,
down there.
their electronic devices stopped working when they got.
I wonder what's down there, but I wouldn't go down there.
The object. One university professor researching the discovery suggested the object could be at least 140,000.
See, that's some other technology right here.
This strange discovery has of course sparked a lot of debate about the possibility of the object being a crash-landed UFO. Team member Dennis Asperg said, "I am 100% convinced and confident
that's not human.
Found something that is very, very, very unique." Diver Peter Lindbergh, a self-confessed skeptic, has admitted that the findings were beyond his imagination. Myth-busting website Snopes calls the discovery false. That hasn't stopped the
Star Wars right here.
Sunken object in the Baltic Sea from making headlines over the past few years. Number 1. Cryptic Statue. In 1894, prospectors were looking for gold in Shajir in the Russian Ural Mountains.
Badass.
Instead of finding precious metal in a peat bog as they had intended,
There's a lot
they
of
pulled
stuff
up
underwater
something
that you
pretty
wouldn't even
scary,
expect.
an intimidating 9-foot wooden statue. The statue had been submerged under 13 feet of bog, and once it was hauled to dry land, it was discovered that the mysterious idol was approximately 11,600 years old. The statue was broken and would have originally stood at over 17 feet tall, which would have been quite the construction project for the ancient civilization who carved it. The cold conditions of the bog, coupled with the lack of oxygen, meant that the statue was amazingly well preserved. A number of mystery symbols are carved into the wood, which researchers think could carry a secret message. Some archaeologists think it was a warning symbol advising trespassers to stay away.
Put a little pipe in there.
Honestly, one look at this thing sends a shiver down my spine. That was the...
Man, the water's crazy. I know there'll be some crazy stuff down there. But that's alien spaceship, I'm pretty sure that was from like a long time ago. But if you believe maybe like 100% of this is real, you know, give me a like, subscribe, comment what you think about it. If all this is real or fake or not. But, you know, maybe all this stuff is just unexplained.